This video is brought to you by Toys-R-Us UK. Use promo code TurtleTalk upon checkout and receive up to 10% off of these selected lines. That's promo code TurtleTalk. Link is in the description. What's going on, Toy Fam? Project Piper Customs here, and a bit of different video today, this one. See, this sort of spurred from the last part, which is part 4 of the Toy Photography from Beginner's Guide, and this is kind of being classified as an add-on. So the only problem with doing this series is that there's so much I want to cover that you end up forgetting some bits and bobs. Okay, so as this is just something I really wanted to actually make a point of sharing with you, is obviously with this series is not only going over some of the technical aspects of doing this hobby, as in, you know, setting up the camera, setting up the shot, setting up your posing, framing, lighting and all that other technical stuff, is bringing the attention to some of the things that you're going to experience during your time with this hobby as well, which I don't think a lot of people actually cover and talk about, but I think definitely, you know, they need to be have more attention put on them. And one of those things is a creative block. Now, what is a creative block? Is kind of like a writer's block, you know, or a dry spell. Basically is when you cannot think for the life of you of anything to shoot. You look at your collection and nothing's inspiring you, and you're drawing a blank on to shoot something. You've got the bug, you want to shoot something, but you're looking at your collection thinking, I just really don't want to shoot any of it. And you know that can happen. It happens to all of us. You're not alone if that's happened to you, but it's something you will experience if you're new to this hobby. And there are ways of getting over that, to get your creative juices flowing again. And yeah, so fast forwarding on to, I'm editing the part 4. Okay, I'm editing part 4 of this series, the dynamic posing series, and as I'm going through it, I'm putting together the montage with my narration of the different poses, and this particular picture, which I'll stick in right now, yeah, that just caught me, and kind of looked at it a bit more and was like, I want to do something with that. I want to fill that out. I want to actually see if I can make something of that. Okay, because I really like that, you know, the Donatello kicking the foot soldier and that perspective. And so yeah, that kind of just put it in my head then. I wanted to get something on the table with that pose and play around with the camera angle a bit better, see if I can actually see what comes of it. You never know. Yeah, what came from it is a little bit different, but you know, that's what happens. So let's see how we get on. Look at this mess. That one pose inspired all of this. Okay, it was just literally seeing that and wanted to, do you know what, do something with it. And there he is over there. I got him on a base because I couldn't be asked trying to balance him all the time. So quick tip, I've got one of those McFarlane DC Multiverse figure bases on there, and that's just keeping him steady because the ankles are starting to give. Necker, what are you going to do? So yeah, if you need a figure to stay steady, if it's not balancing, if it's not cooperating with you, one of them will do you handy, providing you can cover up the base some form or fashion. But yeah, so there he is. There's the foot soldier, and he then turned into all of this. Okay, I just wanted to throw the rest of the brothers in there and just see if anything stuck, you know. I had no idea, had no plan, and so yeah, we ended up with this. So we've got all the brothers fighting the foot soldiers, with Raph being the focus. It started with him and it ends up being with Raph being the focus. Typical Raph getting in there. But yeah, so the battery's charging at the moment because it took so damn long to set up. But basically this is what I also want to harken back to, is getting everything figured out before I do anything else with the backdrop set up and all this stuff. I just want to make sure this, first of all, I want to know what it is I could come up with. And I came up with something, and this is me getting it all into frame and to make it work within the parameters of my aspect ratio. So I've got it all to fit in, with Raph being the focus and all of these in the background. You know, there's not much dead space going on, and yeah, so now I can work out the scenery. But basically this is it. And the lesson I wanted to sort of bring in is, if you ever have a dry spell of ideas for shots. Okay, if you're ever going through a creative block, then just pick up some figures and start having a pose. Okay, just start posing around and start having a play, and you know, eventually, like as your prime example here, I got him into a pose with a visual reference, liked it, and even if nothing comes to you right away, something may come on, you know, come to you later on down the line. You know, thought, oh, that pose was really cool, I like that, I want to flesh it out and, you know, roll with it, see where it takes me. And then boom, I have this. I've yet to sort out lighting. I'm probably going to have to move all of this to set up the backdrop and then put it all back into position and hope I can get it the same way, but these are the perils of doing it the way I do things. But yeah, so I just wanted to interject and show you just how one thing can lead to another, and just how random and crazy this hobby is. And there you have it, another reason why this particular subject is the heart and soul of the hobby. It can even help you cure a creative block by simply picking up some figures, having a play, having a pose, using visual references to help you. Eventually you'll land that sweet pose, which will then lead to you playing with your camera angles and your framing, and then that will jumpstart your imagination and help you get back on the grind. And that is it for this side note. Thanks very much for watching. There may be more of these side note videos as we continue with this series. There will be certain tips and tricks and subject matter that I miss, or there'll just simply not be enough room in the video to cover in a main episode. So please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of it. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.